Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with the market recap for today, 24th of October, Monday, starting the week. And basically, we got a very choppy day until lunch hour. In the market update, we were saying that this kind of move, the cap and handle pattern, is usually a bullish pattern. We got the breakout, we held the EMA somehow, and we started to pull back a bit. And I was thinking that maybe we didn't want we were not strong enough to hold last week high at 11,430. But then, well, market thought otherwise, and we basically push 11,500 quite nicely. We are putting a nice bottoming tail hammer in the daily. And if let's remove these previous false breakouts and all these forecast updates, and let's see the overall picture in the 30-minute. It's quite easy to understand that we got a very nice support, and basically buyers stepped in today. We took a look down, very down pre-market low, but we rejected lower pricing. It looks like 11,200 was kind of support, and the 30-minute started to push higher to high of day. We basically pulled back at last week high and then consolidated, did a pullback, and finished the day strong. This is considered a late spike in the 30-minute chart TPO and futures. So we are more or less putting a nice late spike into the close, but not closing at pre-market high. This is something worth noting. And point of control yesterday was at highs, and today is also at highs, but we are quite extended from the value area high, this green dotted line. So volume today was more or less P-shape, not P-shape, but was increasing to the upside. And that's good for a healthy move to the upside. Very choppy indeed in the early hours after the open, but lastly, we cool back this pink line, the 200 moving average, and we held it nicely. So Nasdaq finishing strong 1%, S&P's 1.22% is also putting a nice bottoming candle. But take a look at this, because this is quite interesting. We are just right at resistance and this blue line moving average. So be careful in the S&Ps tomorrow. ES futures is also at resistance, is just at that right spot. If we draw a trend line in the S&P's futures, we still have some kind of gap to the upside, to a window potential to the upside. In the Nasdaq, we are, as you can see, this blue line, we are more or less aiming to 11,800. And in the S&Ps, you can see right now, we are right there, confluence of three big resistance. This is center resistance, this daily level in 379, and this EMA. So be very careful. Let's keep this. Be very careful tomorrow, because today, let's review what we had. We had PMA flash lower than expected, and this was kind of bullish. Initially, we had a pullback, and I didn't know specifically why we had that kind of pullback instead of pushing harder, but looks like investors and traders were kind of digesting the news, and they were not sure if they were waiting for earnings or pushing the market up or what. But at the end of the day, we finished strong, 1%. And looks like tomorrow we are expecting house price index. This is quite important for the housing market and Case-Shiller home price also year over year and month. And apart from that, and if you are interested in trading crude oil, stock exchange at market close, that could be also interesting, and consumer confidence. So yesterday, economic data, more or less some interesting data that we have to be aware 30 minutes before open, but we are expecting, and what I think is the key thing to wait is earnings for earnings for Microsoft and Apple. Sorry, Apple, Microsoft and Facebook. So Microsoft, let's check stocks. Apple pushed nicely higher. It's putting a big, strong green candle on the daily. Apple finishing 1.5% in the green. Microsoft finishing 2%. Microsoft is super strong. It's starting to break everything. I think all stocks, Nasdaq stocks, are starting to break. Amazon, look at this big hammer red, but big push. It's a big upper doji, but a lot of these stocks are pushing higher ahead of earnings this week, and this is quite interesting because we can see if earnings come as expected or better than expected, we can see a nice move on the Nasdaq and the S&Ps. Tesla is the only one lagging behind, 1.49% on the day. At least it's closing green. We saw a lot of buyers into the 200 level. I think a lot of people is buying these levels to the upside. We were testing these lows these 3 days. And this is quite good. So tomorrow, earnings Microsoft is expected at 4, so after market closes, and Facebook Meta is expected not tomorrow, sorry. So then it's Google. Yeah, Google, sorry. Microsoft and Google. Meta is Wednesday. So Google also after market closes. So watch out for this. Let's talk about crude oil commodities. Well, crude oil is trading sideways, and natural gas, nice bounce. We changed the 5-minute, nice bounce of 488, a big support on the daily. This previous support was resistance, and then the level in which they started and early March this year to start the squeeze. So basically, we are back to when we are started on March this year, the big move to the upside. So it's 5, more or less 5227. Crude oil it's in the middle of nowhere, still dealing or fighting with this descending resistance. I don't think it's demand destruction will end up killing this commodity. But for sure, it's quite interesting not only for the market but also for the people taking us. Let's talk about 10-year. 10-year finishing all yields, basically finishing the day in the green, more than I was expecting. But well, I said yes on Friday that I was not buying that headline saying that Federal Reserve it's maybe pivoting on the interest rate hike. If we check the Fed Watch tool, we are still pricing in a big 75 basis points, 98%. So I don't expect yields pulling back a lot more, maybe based on earnings. But right now, 10-year is still high up there, 424, and 2-year is 4.5. So still there, up there, quite bullish. You can see I have several alerts to notify me maybe a strong pullback, but still important ones. This is April next year, still pushing 5. This is quite crazy. And September next year, 486. So again, we're still pricing in 6 months of almost 5% interest rate hikes until December, in which, yes, we pull back quite a bit, 466, maybe one cut, interest rate cut on December next year. Dollar, quite important for this week for earnings. Still dealing with support. It's trying to hold strong, but I don't know if it will be able to hold strong the entire week. I think tomorrow we can see big moves on dollar and on yields based on earnings. And we will see if people start moving money. TLT, Treasury bonds, well, nothing here. And high yield corporate bonds, again dodgy out of nowhere, so we cannot extract any information from there. And let's talk about one of the things that I was more worried about, this XLY XLP consumer discretionary ratio with staples. I think this, coupled with the fact that XLU utilities finished the day flat, at least we got this hammer. That means that finally Nasdaq finished stronger than we started the day. Very choppy price action, but at least this was correlated with the price action that we were seeing. This is quite important to understand when money flows into risk assets or they are pulling out money off risk. And this is quite important for understanding the overall sentiment for the big money. And we'll still closely following up on this week. And I think that's all. Nasdaq tomorrow, I can see it pushing higher, but it really depends on, well, actually it's closing weaker than I was expecting, but for sure we need, let's change this volume profile. Yeah. So basically, I think all depends on Microsoft earnings and Google. Yeah, Google Tuesday. Nvidia is not this week. Meta is Wednesday. Amazon is also Wednesday. No, Thursday. Same as Apple. So tomorrow, Microsoft, big push, starting to reach 250. So Microsoft still strong. It's bouncing very strong. Look at this. Since the lows, we are pushing 13%. Oh yeah. So Microsoft tomorrow and also Google, Alphabet after market closes. So until then, we have to watch for news. We review the news, not much. So we will see what price actions delivers for us. I think maybe we wait for them. I don't expect big moves higher or lower until earnings are released. So be patient and take your opportunities. Plan your trades and trade that plan when you see that opportunity. So that's all for me. As always, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can comment down below and I will try to respond to all of you. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Remember, I upload new videos every single day for market forecast, market updates, and market recap. I appreciate your time. I hope you had an amazing trading day. And see you tomorrow with the market forecast. Remember, discipline and risk management are key for success. Stay safe, everyone, and see you tomorrow.